Hi, Jenny here. Today is one of my coworkers' birthdays and he asked if I would make him a treat. So I asked what kind of cookie he likes and he was like, well, I really like those peanut butter M&M balls that you made. I'll link that video above. And seeing as I already made that, I thought, well, something similar would be a peanut butter cup. And I've been wanting to make my own homemade peanut butter cups, so that's what we're going to do today. Let's get started. For this recipe, we are going to need 2 cups of chocolate chips, so that should be 1 12-ounce bag, half a cup of peanut butter, a tablespoon of shortening, I'm going to use coconut oil for this one, or you could use a Crisco, 2 tablespoons of butter, room temperature, half a cup of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, some sea salt for the top for sprinkling on there, and then some baking cups that we can make it in. We are going to cream together the half cup of peanut butter and 2 tablespoons of butter and then the teaspoon of vanilla. And then when that's all good to go, we're going to sift the half a cup of powdered sugar into that and then mix that all up well. So I have some softened butter I keep on my counter, which I will just kind of measure out with having the stick in front of it. So we needed 2 tablespoons of that. And I will do that first before I mess up my knife with the peanut butter. Did any of you used to ever eat butter and peanut butter sandwiches? My mom used to make them that way. Put the butter on the bread and then put the peanut butter on there. Tasted really good. Then of course you grow older and think about all the calories and decide, I don't need that butter on there. Peanut butter is just fine. And I cut out the butter. But it does taste really good. It does give it an extra flavor. Alright, powdered sugar is a little bit lumpy, so to help make this smooth, we are going to sift it into our mixture. And we will scrape this down, set this aside, and then we'll melt our chocolate chips. We will now melt 2 cups of chocolate chips, and then we're going to melt 1 tablespoon of the coconut oil, and then we're going to combine that together. The oil should help keep the chocolate smoother for longer. When you're melting the chips, you want to start at about 1 minute and mix it up and make sure that, see how well it's melting or not, and then go 15 seconds every little bit after that and mix it. You don't want to go too long because you don't want this to burn. It can happen quickly. That should probably do it. So even though you see some chunks in here right now, the residual heat from the other part of the chocolate should melt that off. Now if by chance this gets hard as we're going a little bit, we can also throw it back in the microwave for a couple seconds to make it all melty again. So, measure out a tablespoon coconut oil. Alright. I've never melted coconut oil before, so I wasn't sure. It had some little chunks in there, and now it's completely clear. Now we can't see that because it's clear. But so it did take a couple times in there. I was afraid it was going to do something like butter sometimes explodes in the microwave. That's always fun to clean up. But this is completely clear. So now we're going to add that to our chocolate. And again, that should help keep the chocolate smooth throughout our process of making our peanut butter cups. Okay, we are going to put about a teaspoon of chocolate into the bottom of each of the cups. I've lined my muffin tin with my pretty little cups there. We'll see, from what I've seen, 1 teaspoonful should fill the bottoms of there, and we'll go from there. Sure, the other videos I watched on this didn't have the chocolate all over the place. Oh, it takes me back to my other videos where I go sloppy sloppy. Like I should just rename my channel Sloppy Baking with Jen. Anyways, as you can see, the chocolate is still in kind of little mounds around here. So then what you do is you take your pan and you bang it on the counter a couple times to even it out and settle it on the bottom. Good thing my neighbor isn't home. Alrighty, now we'll start with the peanut butter layer. Alright, the peanut butter also takes about a teaspoon. Again, as I said, I watched a couple different videos, combined about 3 or 4 of them that I saw to figure out how I wanted to make mine. Some of the peanut butter mixtures that some of the people had were thicker, and you could just roll it with your hands. So if you add more powdered sugar, you should be able to do that. Other ones had it a lot thinner, and so you can scoop it, you can put it in a pastry bag, and you can, yeah, put it in that way, or we're gonna try this. And you just want to get that little dollop of peanut butter right in the center. Woohoo! Alright, now we're going to take the chocolate again and pour it so it covers the peanut butter portion. You know what, for this part I think I'm going to use a regular spoon. Tablespoon though, isn't it? Never mind. I'm gonna grab a teaspoon. Hold on. Okay, so we're gonna try a regular teaspoonful because this is gonna take a little bit more chocolate than a regular teaspoonful. Alright, looks like I had just enough chocolate. A couple of these cups are a little bit full of chocolate. I could have done a little bit less. I realized as I was going that if you actually kind of, I'll show you, use the spoon, so when the chocolate's pouring out and you use the spoon to kind of tap down on the top, it'll help the chocolate spread around and get over that peanut butter. So some of these are a little bit high up. I could have used a little less chocolate, but that's okay. Now I know. So now we're going to put these into the freezer for about 15-20 minutes until they harden up. Alright, these have been sitting in the freezer for probably 30 minutes because I was doing dishes. And then as I'm cleaning up, I realized that I forgot the sea salt. So again, like I said, optional. If you want to, while the chocolate is still wet, before you put it in the freezer, sprinkle a little bit of sea salt on top. But, take one of my smaller ones. You should be able to just peel back the wrapper. There you have it. You want to store these in the refrigerator or freezer anyways, just so they don't melt so much in your hands. Well, peanut butter cups are a favorite in this household, so I'm glad I finally got around to making this recipe. I've been meaning to for a while. I also think I'll make this a series, and I will make some other candy bars in the homemade version and see how those go. So I will leave this recipe down in the description below. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite candy bar is, and maybe you'll see that pop up on this channel. So anyways, cheers Devin, happy birthday, hope you're having a good day. See you in a couple hours. I'm gonna enjoy my snack now. You guys, keep it positive, go make it a great day. Bye-bye. Ooh. Okay, how melty is it gonna be? Oh yeah. That is way too good. We'll see how many make it to work. Alrighty. Well, peanut butter cups are a favorite in this household, so I'm glad I finally got to make this recipe. I've been meaning to make it for a while. So I think I'm going to make this a series, and I will make some other homemade candy bars too.